Butcher woke up and he looked around at his surroundings. It looked very much like a prison cell, which was only further confirmed upon seeing his new duds. Just out of Arkham, and now back to a new prison.
Lying cunt.
That's one word to describe her, I suppose.
Another voice called out from atop his bed. Butcher got out of bed and saw his bunkmate lying down on the bed while looking up. He was a brown-haired and eyed man with a mustache.
Who are you and where the bloody hell am I?
Floyd Lawton, and welcome to Belle Reve Penitentiary. I'd recommend against getting used to it.
Yeah, funny.
Butcher grumbled.
No, I mean it. Waller apparently has a vested interest in you.
Talked to her already, huh? She's the warden?
You could say she's that. You're only here because you've just been assigned to Task Force X, I hear.
Task Force X? What kind of government program is that?
Butcher demanded, grabbing Lawton, angering his cellmate before he seemingly calmed down.
You really want to do this?
Yeah, I bloody want to.
Butcher responded, until the cell door buzzed open. Standing in the doorway was a portly built black woman.
William Butcher, come with me.
Next time.
Butcher growled at Lawton.
You said it, not me.
Butcher stepped out of the jail cell and followed the woman. There were armed guards surrounding them.
Mrs. Waller, finally a face to go with the name.
Follow me, Mr. Butcher.
Waller said, not even looking at him.
Not going anywhere with you, love. How does breaking your arms until you tell me what happened sound?
The guards turned and pointed their guns at him. They did not look like any ordinary firearms and were more akin to something out of a science fiction film.
Stand down, men. There's no need for that.
Waller took a file out of her jacket and handed it to Butcher. It was an X-ray, but there was something on the neck. She stepped right in front of Butcher and pressed a button on a remote control. He heard a tic-tac from his neck.
I'll take it you figured out what this is. If you really plan on acting like a rage-fueled idiot, then go ahead. Make my day.
Waller told him and smirked.
It's easier if you tell me what I want.
It's a matter of national security.
Waller said, and pressed another button, stopping the noise from his neck.
A mission we conducted on your world's CIA told us a lot about you and your little crew.
So national security doesn't account for other Americas?
Butcher asked. There was something almost amusing about the United States launching a black ops mission against another United States.
When has it ever?
Good point.
At that moment, Butcher could hear the oh-so-familiar sound of Hughie screaming in fear. His eyes widened with concern. Waller let out a groan of annoyance.
Open Campbell's cell!
Upon hearing that one of the cells 5 doors down opened, and out came Hughie. He was screaming. The guards drew their weapons.
Settle down, lad. What's got you spooked this time?
Out from Hughie's cell came his cellmate, bursting onto the scene. It was a man-sized shark creature with a collar around his neck.
You gotta be fucking with me.
Butcher muttered, pinching his temples.
No, stand down.
Hungry.
Escort him to the mess hall.
Waller ordered 2 guards who obliged, directing King Shark to the mess hall.
The rest of your associates are already there, too.
He could have been Shark Chum.
That collar on King Shark monitors him at all times. It would have shocked him before Mr. Campbell was in his mouth.
I was in his mouth! He was about to bite my head off.
He turned to Butcher.
Where are we?
We just got drafted.
We have a problem.
Stormfront told Homelander as she abruptly entered his room.
What?
Ryan has somehow managed to contact the Justice League's little shits.
Homelander immediately went up to Stormfront. His expression was one of restrained fury. Stormfront stepped back nervously.
Was one of them Superman's?
Stormfront hesitated.
Yes.
What did I fucking tell you?
I'm sorry, I forced Ashley to do it. We've just been so occupied with our goals.
My son is much more important. You should know that.
Stormfront seemed to be hurt for a moment before she recollected herself.
Of course.
What does the fucking alien want?
His kid invited Ryan over to a place called the Fortress of Solitude. Apparently, it's Superman's home.
So Ryan wants to go over to his fucking man cave. Don't let him.
Homelander told her. That was when Ashley ran into the room.
Ryan's escaped.
The boys followed Amanda Waller through Argus's hallway. Butcher looked. No guards. Just the three of them and Waller all alone. Butcher had a nervous scratch from his need to do something, but he quickly noticed that scratch was exactly where they implemented the bomb on his neck.
I must say, boys, your lack of trust in superheroes is something our universe needs more of.
It seems like people here don't have as many reasons for that.
From what I saw, I have to disagree.
Mr. Butcher is right. Between the Watchtower up there, Batman Inc., and JLI all over the world, the Amazonian and Atlantean Empire on their side, plus all their heavy hitters, what do you think would happen if the JLA woke up one day and decided to take over the world?
From where I stand, it looks like it's already theirs.
From where they stand, they're just watching out for us. Quis custodiet ipsos custodes?
Who guards the Guardians?
MM translated.
I prefer the translation, who watches the watchman? We do.
Waller opened a large door, and her and the boys entered a large warehouse full of scientists working on a gigantic machine with several inside a giant ring full of lights.
What the bloody hell is this?
That is what is going to take you back home. With Task Force X, of course. It's not nearly as elegant as the one the League refuses to share with the public, but will do the job.
Are you coming? I think you ought to see our world if you think yours is so bad.
I've been there, met Colonel Mallory. We share similar concerns. She still doesn't trust the Justice League. Good. If she saw more of the multiverse, she wouldn't give them a chance.
What else is in the multiverse?
History lesson, boys.
A holographic terrestrial appeared in front of them, illuminated by a holographic sun. They could see a very small spaceship landing on Earth. Familiar colors. The ship was blue with red details.
Winter, 1978. That's when the most relevant event in human history occurred.
Superman arrived on your planet.
Correct. American satellites captured the spaceship approaching, but by the time it entered our atmosphere, we completely lost it and only found out what it was decades later.
So you've been nervous about it since then?
I was in elementary school in 78.
Waller answered, offended to Hughie's embarrassment.
But the higher-ups have. The final result was positive, but just imagine if the most powerful man in the universe had landed in a different place at a different time. I don't have to imagine it. It happened.
The hologram changed into the Justice League. But that wasn't the Justice League they knew. Superman was wearing gray and black, except for the red symbol on his chest, similar to a single SS logo. That wasn't Wonder Woman. She was a blonde, Batman, Aquaman, and Flash. They were all different.
You think Earth 7 is bad? Meet Earth X. Kal-El didn't land in 1978 America. He landed in 1938 Czechoslovakia.
The Nazis had Czechoslovakia in '38.
Wasn't different there. Instead of Superman, they got Overman, leading the Justice League of Axis, and they took over the entire planet, not the only universe where Superman landed in the wrong place at the wrong time.
The hologram changed into a different gray Superman with a red cape, but with a red hammer and sickle on his symbol.
Earth 30. This one landed in Soviet Ukraine, also in 1938. Didn't even need a league, took over the world by himself, and brainwashed everybody who disagreed with him.
The hologram changed again into this fearsome version of the Justice League, a Superman with a U on his chest, a Wonder Woman in black, a Batman more similar to an owl.
Earth 3, home of the crime syndicate, very similar to Earth 1, except the heroes are villains and the villains are heroes. The syndicate took over the entire world, but that wasn't the final result. Their entire universe was destroyed during a crisis that resulted in our version of the Flash dying. A universe destroyed. Don't you think we all should be terrified?
She's right, we can't trust the cunts.
Maybe we can. This all looks horrible, but they're not the Justice League, not yours. Maybe, just maybe, by nature, they're good. I mean, Superman landed in the right place at the right time. I know this is a very, very low standard to hold anybody at, but he's not a rapist, murderer, or dictator. Can't you be thankful you don't live in any of these Earths?
Hughie.
Butcher started saying, angry and disappointed, when Waller changed the hologram to a Justice League without Batman, a Superman wearing a more armor-like suit and a yellow lantern instead of green.
Earth 49, despite some differences, was pretty much like Earth 1. Until Superman's wife was murdered, that was when he decided to rule the world.
She changed the hologram, The heroes now had Jon Stewart and Hawkgirl instead of Aquaman. Superman wore white. Wonder Woman had short hair and pants, no Flash.
Earth 50, where President Lex Luthor killed the Flash, so the Justice Lords killed him and took over the world.
Waller started to walk towards Hughie, who walked back feeling a menace.
They came to our world. That was when we started to wonder what would happen if the JLU took the same action that the Justice Lords did. So I had my people run some computer simulations. If the Justice League went rogue, they'd crush us. In every single scenario, they beat us badly, but that was before I became head of Argus.
And how does us going back to our world help you?
Mother's Milk asked, and Waller laid off Hughie.
That's for me to know and you to obey.
Waller said and touched her earpiece.
Bring in the squad.
Superman, Superboy, and Ryan were in front of the portal to the Fortress of Solitude.
So this is where you live?
Well, sometimes,
Superman replied with a smile. He turned his head and saw Homelander and Stormfront approaching them.
Ryan!
Homelander yelled as Stormfront angrily went up to Superman.
Who do you think you are taking his son?
Stormfront accused. Superman was not upset.
My son invited him. Ryan told me you were okay with this.
Well, I'm not. Ryan, let's go.
No.
Ryan bluntly replied. Homelander and Stormfront were taken aback by this.
What did you say?
You never let me go anywhere now.
It's for your own good.
How come you got angry at Mom for doing this? You even took away my iPad.
You shouldn't isolate your son from the outside world.
Superman spoke up. Homelander angrily looked at Superman.
I'm sorry. Are you trying to tell us how to parent?
No. I'm just saying that isolating a child from the outside world is not a good idea. You wouldn't want to do that.
Superman replied, still smiling. Stormfront turned to Homelander, realizing what Superman was implying. Homelander stood motionless as though a debate was going through his mind.
Fine, but we're coming too.
Fine.
They walked through the portal and found themselves in the middle of the Arctic, in front of a giant fortress made of bright crystals. Superman stood in front of the gigantic gates, followed by Superboy, Homelander, Stormfront, and Ryan Butcher. Under a yellow and red carpet written "Welcome," Superman took a little golden key and opened the gates. They were welcomed by robots in blue capes wearing Superman's symbol in inverted colors.
Good afternoon, Superman.
Can we be of assistance?
Good afternoon, robots. Just taking some guests on a little tour.
Superman put the key back under the carpet. Homelander noticed how the ground was marked with the shape of the key and noticed how the ground cracked around it. He heard the noise when it touched back down, as if it was heavier than a building. They followed Superman into the Fortress of Solitude.
A fortress of solitude in the Arctic, just like Doc Savage, some old pulp book I read as a kid.
I'm familiar, and a fan.
Man of steel, man of bronze, I figured.
Before finishing his sentence, Homelander was astounded by the sight before him. A gigantic ship the size of the Titanic, an American space shuttle, a giant coin with Joker's face in it, realistic wax figures of Daily Planet reporters and Superman's allies and villains, many robots, and the most impressive, a tiny city inside a bottle. With his supervision, Homelander could see inside the bottle. That city was inhabited by a large population with a functional society. They heard a bark, and a white dog wearing a Superman cape flew into Superman's arms and licked his face. Superman petted the dog, who they all knew was Krypto, the superdog. Supergirl floated down with an orange cat in her arms. Supergirl had a smile on her face. It disappeared the moment she exchanged looks with Stormfront.
They have a monkey?
Ryan said, very amazed seeing a tailed chimp dressed like Superman approaching them.
That's Beppo. He's from Krypton.
Beppo opened his mouth and pointed his finger to his throat. Superboy gave him a peanut. Superman pointed at the two large statues of his Kryptonian parents, holding the planet Krypton in their arms and wearing alien clothes.
My parents did some testing before putting me on a rocket to Earth.
People around here do love big statues.
Are these all the animals you have here?
Ryan excitedly asked. Supergirl bowed down to his height and looked Ryan in the eyes.
Want to see something really cool?
They walked through a zoo with animals like they had never seen before. Many tails, paws, and features, all the colors of the rainbow on their skins, furs, and feathers. The hallway seemed nearly endless.
For a planet that exploded, your folks sure saved a lot of animals.
They are all from different planets. I rescued them and preserved them here where they'll be safe. Some are even from Earth, but unable to live in harmony with the planet's current nature.
But this one is from Krypton.
The creature was like a giant green lizard with purple bat wings and a purple belly, and a crest growing from his tail to his head.
Is that a dragon?
It's actually a Kryptonian lizard called...
Supergirl was interrupted by the dragon shooting fire out of his nostrils.
Yes, it's a dragon.
They kept walking. Stormfront got curious and wandered around where she found the trophy room. She tried to walk in, but found a force field stopping her. Homelander took a look inside. There was the kryptonite they heard of in many colors, space guns and microscopes like they had never seen before. He tapped the force field. It was solid.
That's my trophy room. Many dangerous things inside.
It's locked for a reason,
Supergirl said, but she really meant step away from the room.
Come on, there's more cool stuff here.
They went through a rounded door into a red room with a golden mirror inside of it. Superman operated a computer table, and a golden hologram of another Superman appeared in front of them. His face was the same as Superman, but he was covered neck to toe. His hair was longer and his eyes inhuman.
This is my time telescope, so I can speak with my successors from the future. We have rules to avoid problems with the timeline. That's Kal-El, the Superman X from the 41st century.
You go that far?
Homelander asked, astounded.
The fortress isn't a museum. What is it?
Superman asked Superboy.
It's a time capsule.
Right. Preserve it so that the people of the future can see it.
They walked inside the planet simulator. The room was special. It recreated the conditions of an alien planet. They all walked inside the same room, but each of them experienced a different world. At least Homelander and Stormfront did. The rest of them were just in a white room. Ryan was confused.
Listen, Ryan, I need you to keep a secret from your dad.
He asked, and Ryan looked at Homelander.
He can't see us. He's at the Kryptonian Scarlet Forest right now, but you can't tell him about this.
Becca was behind Superman, her eyes on the verge of tears seeing her son again. Ryan ran to her arms and hugged his mother tightly.
Honey, be careful,
Becca said, feeling the tight hug nearly crushing her.
I'm sorry, it's just that Dad taught me to use my powers.
It's okay, it's okay.
She hugged him again.
I missed you so much.
The boys had new clothes on, similar to the ones they usually wore. Waller gave Hughie an exact copy of his favorite jacket, green with a yellow and a white stripe on, Butcher a Hawaiian shirt and dark trench coat that didn't smell as bad as his real one, and MM a brown leather jacket and red sunglasses. Frenchie and Kimiko got a little more creative, but Butcher had to insist they keep a low profile, as they didn't know where Waller was sending them.
This is actually way more comfy than my actual jacket, and it has all these pockets on the inside. They look useful.
The door unlocked. Waller didn't say a word. She just walked out, and they understood they were supposed to follow her. They followed her through the Belle Rev yard, the first time they saw the sky since they left Arkham. They walked to what seemed like a warehouse. Rock and roll boomed inside the warehouse, Australian heavy metal to be more specific. A man had his back to them. He wore all blue and had a beanie on his head.
Boomer, turn this shit off,
Waller ordered. He obeyed.
Helps my work, love.
And don't call me love.
The boys approached the table, expecting machine guns and bullets. Instead, he was making boomerangs. Frenchie was the only one impressed. The technology, poisons, explosives, a little of everything. Boomer turned to them. They noticed the little metallic boomerang attached to his beanie.
Aye, so these are the new fish from Earth 7. Welcome to the Suicide Squad.
What is the name of this fucking team?
Task Force X. Suicide Squad is an informal name. Meet Digger Harkness, codename Captain Boomerang.
One of the few Suicide Squad veterans.
Harkness bragged.
Been in and out for 15 years and never got killed.
He did get killed by a regular dude in a house burglary once, though.
Someone said. A young man closer to Hughie's age. Plaid pants, striped shirt, spiky blonde hair, and domino mask, all blue and yellow. He was flashy even for costume standards.
Put a sock in it, kid.
You shut up and don't call me kid.
Both of you shut up. This is Axel Walker, also known as Trickster 2.
It's not Trickster 2, it's just Trickster.
Walker corrected. He went to shake Hughie's hands.
I really liked When You Die in Hunger Games.
That was not me.
Hughie tried to say, but was interrupted by Trickster's loud scream and saw his arm detaching from his body. Trickster walked backwards in pain after losing his arm. The scream turned into laughter, and Hughie noticed the arm was, in fact, a prosthesis. Both Boomerang and Waller rolled their eyes.
You put this prank up for the 100th time again, and I'll put a boomerang up your bum.
The others can get their asses here and quit being shy. Now.
Waller said, and 2 more people in costumes came from the same room as Trickster. One of them was a black man wearing a black suit similar to a modern-day ninja. Some of the parts of the suit wore red and had spider symbols on it.
Eric Needham, codename Black Spider. Thinks he's a hero. He's not, but got standards despite being a raging murderer. Kinda like you guys.
The other was a girl. She looked very young, maybe even a teenager. She had red hair and wore a red cape. Her suit was purple and white, and she had a belt with several guns.
She's a Jane Doe. First name possibly Sasha? Don't know, don't care. You call her Scarlet.
Nice to meet you all,
she said. Her face barely moved, just a slight movement on her mouth. She was aware of the uncanniness.
I had a face transplant.
Chester, I told you all to come in here.
I'm here already, love.
A British man answered. He stood in a dark corner of the warehouse, his face visible for a moment by the flame of his lighter as he lit up his cigarette. Just a dot of light accompanied by the silhouette of a tall, thin man wearing a trench coat.
Didn't you hear what I told Harkness?
The man approached them. He was white. His trench coat was black and his hair dyed purple. He wore a Union Jack shirt, a wicked smile on his face.
Sorry, Gov. Just trying to be nice. Name's Manchester Black.
He told the boys standing in front of Butcher and blowing smoke in his face.
No code name.
Black is going to be the only meta on the team other than Miyashiro.
I'm seeing a pattern here. How did you choose this team?
Similar files, personalities, to blend together.
Which means Deadshot's out. Am I team leader?
I think you'll get disappointed, mate.
You'll both get disappointed. You're all soldiers here. Collaborative effort, no official team leader.
Why the bloody hell not?
Because you two are the only ones with the experience, and British smokers in trench coats are not fucking trustworthy. Now be quiet and be ready to go to Earth 7.
We're going home?
Not exactly. How's your Russian, Mr. Milk?
So you've seen the Fortress of Solitude?
Dirk Armstrong, an Earth 1 former Daily Planet columnist turned podcaster, asked. Homelander was sitting in front of him on the other side of the table with his face close to a mic. A screen behind Dirk separated 2 comment sections, one from Earth 1 and the other with the comments from Earth 7.
Yes, I had a little tour.
You know he stole the name from Doc Savage?
Armstrong asked, in reference to the pulp hero who had an Arctic-based Fortress of Solitude before Superman.
I thought that. I wasn't sure if it was a thing here. The amount of animals he has there, weapons, technology that could probably wipe out the whole world. Some scary stuff.
I question if that's legal.
Should question if it's moral.
The only people he let go in there are his pals, like the Olsen kid, Kent, and Lois Lane.
Who you know are biased.
The safe is open.
A thug wearing a tracksuit with a Russian accent said. He was prying it open with a crowbar.
Nina wants payday. Speed up, or else I step in.
A nearly identical compatriot ordered.
We are trying to, Dmitri. You used the drug, yes?
One of them questioned.
Yes, I have. I do not want to damage the safe. Nina said not to take it. But I say fuck her,
Dmitri said.
I heard he was caught on Earth 1.
Another said.
Who?
Dmitri asked.
Sergei, you remember him?
The underling asked. Dmitri thought about what he said for a moment, until a look of recognition dawned upon him.
Oh yes, Frenchman. Who caught him, Ivan?
Dmitri asked.
Batman. Nina was upset to hear that.
Ivan replied. Dmitri chuckled.
So she lost favorite sex toy to Batman. She want him back? I heard she has been speaking to Frenchman's ex.
Dmitri said.
I assume so,
Ivan said. Just then, another of them was dragged off into the shadows by something unseen. Then Ivan was knocked out. However, Dmitri was not scared.
You do not scare me. Try fighting me like a man, pussy.
Dimitri taunted. Just then in front of him was Termite.
I'll let you make the first swing!
Termite smiled at the boss in a smug manner. He punched him using all his strength. Yet the boss did not look hurt at all.
My turn!
Dimitri said, punching the soup across the face, knocking him down, before he proceeded to pound on the downed soup, creating cracks on the concrete floor. As he prepared to finish him off, Dimitri looked at the safe, and an idea hatched in his mind. Dimitri went over to the safe and lifted it over his head as though it were an empty bin. He planted his foot on Termite's chest to pin him to the ground.
No, please, don't you know who I am?
Termite, right? Your movies, they are awful.
Dimitri said. Until Termite, in a moment of instinct, shrunk down. Dimitri dropped the safe where Termite's head would have been. Dimitri flipped over the safe, but there was no blood or guts on the ground. That was when he felt something on his leg trying to clamber on it. Dimitri shrieked before he fell down on the ground.
No, not like that!
He pleaded as he felt the tiny soup reach his destination. He tried to crush him by sitting down, but it was too late. He could feel him climb inside. Dimitri braced himself for his ignoble end, only for nothing to happen. All that happened was a sudden burst in his rear, and yet he was still alive.
Dimitri, are you okay?
Ivan asked, now up and rubbing his head.
Da!
He replied as he got up before feeling something warm run down his leg. Some of his men started to laugh.
What?
Dimitri asked, unaware of the bloody red stain on the seat of his pants. Flying away from the studio, Homelander found Green Lantern guy Gardner waiting for him. Gardner looked angry and unhappy about being there.
Supposed to fly you to the Hall of Justice to get you back home. Let's go.
I know my way.
So maybe I should quit babysitting and hope some supervillains squash you.
What's your problem, Gardner?
The Boy Scout did something nice for your kid, and you still use that as ammunition in your beef. That's my problem. I really should just leave you.
What would be of me without the Green Lantern number 3?
Homelander sarcastically asked.
What, you think you're special? We met other Superman copies. You know what else?
Gardner put his finger on Homelander's chest and with each word, poked him once.
They're all more powerful than you. Go check Watchtower's files on the Supermen of the multiverse. You're weaker than all of them.
Homelander's eyes lit up red. Guy made a construct of a chain with a wrecking ball and swung it around.
Go ahead.
Guy dared.
Make my day.
Homelander just flew away and Guy undid the construct.
That's what I thought.
Gardner then followed Homelander to the Hall of Justice. Stormfront entered the League's conference room to find Homelander staring at a hologram. Homelander's expression was full of self-pity and bitterness. The hologram presented a stoic man with a strong jaw and blue eyes wearing a red and blue outfit, much like Superman and Homelander. The man wore red tights and had a white star on his chest shaped similar to a bird.
Who's that?
Stormfront asked, concerned about Homelander.
Samaritan, protector of Astro City. He's from a different universe. Leader of the Honor Guard, saves hundreds of lives every day, strongest man in the world, much stronger than me.
Why are you looking at that?
Homelander presses a button, and the hologram switches to a white-haired man who also resembled Superman. This man wore gold bracelets, and his suit was red and white with no sleeves.
And that's Supreme, this fucking guy.
Homelander laughs a sad, desperate laughter.
He can punch through the multiverse and shit, and in his Earth, he's been around since the 1930s.
Why the fuck are you looking at that?
Stormfront said in a more emphatic tone.
Gardner said I should. It would show how unimportant I am. He was right. I've been checking these archives for 2 hours, and I learned about so many of them. Apollo, Utopian, Mr. Majestic, Ultiman.
Each name spoken was like an extra weight on Homelander's back. His mind was too heavy to continue. He stopped talking and took a few seconds before speaking again.
I'm the Homelander, the world's greatest superhero, but that doesn't mean jack shit. When there are so many worlds, all that matters is him.
Homelander punched the button and the hologram switched to one of Superman.
The real fucking deal. Superman, we're all just derivatives of the big man, the one who matters.
You're wrong. You're not like any of them. Our real world, the right world, made you to be the greatest of all, not to be like him.
Well, apparently he did better than me.
Homelander pressed the button again and presented Superman, but in a different gray and black, more militarized suit. The S on his chest resembled the SS logo.
Overman. The only difference between him and Superman was that he landed in Nazi Germany. Vought's dream or whatever, he did better. Better than you, your fucking husband, or me. Until...
Homelander's anger changed into an attempt to hold his laughter.
Until Uncle Sam Haha and his freedom fighters started their revolution. We have nothing on them. We are nothing.
Homelander turned his back to Stormfront and walked away.
We have the knowledge of this. You're right, all of these go so beyond us, but now that we know, we can go beyond too. All we need is power, power for me, and the power you deserve.
Homelander turned back to her.
You are what Frederick wanted, but he didn't want enough. Now we can go further. We can take back the place that is ours by blood and honor.
Homelander took a deep breath as he looked at Stormfront.
What do you have in mind?
They leave these files open?
All the multiverse files are free to be checked without a password.
Stormfront held Homelander's hand.
Let's learn from them how they got their powers. Starting with the Marvels, I want to know all about them.